feel great.
I've changed. I've just changed.
Within a week, my body felt like a completely different person.
I'd do it again a million times over.
I've lost 15 pounds.
I think I'm officially 30 pounds down, which is huge for me.
I think I wanted somewhere around 30, 35 pounds, and I'm just shy of 30 pounds.
When I went to the dressing room, everything I brought in was too big. I was like, I don't even understand what's happening.
Yeah, I mean, I think I'm wearing smaller clothes. I just had to buy new clothes to go on this trip. And I think some of like my jeans are probably smaller than they were in high school.
I was at the heaviest I had been. I was a couple weeks into the program, and I used to have to run my hand under cold water at night to get my ring off my finger. And it was probably like maybe 4 weeks in, and I messaged my coach and I was like, I didn't even realize it, but I could take my ring off with no problem.
So I'm down 20 and I haven't tried.
The only reason I joined Strong Mom was for the mindset. I wasn't even thinking about the weight loss. I have lost 15 pounds.
My initial goal was to lose 30 pounds, and I am 1 pound away from that.
I don't think I realized I had headaches and stomach aches all the time until I didn't have them. People's stomachs don't hurt every day of life, right? Like that was just normal.
The nutrition plan is so easy to follow. It's become so much of my routine.
It was just a list, and you ate those foods and you just did your day around those foods. And it made it easy.
I've never dieted. I've never restricted what I was eating at all, ever. It was easy. It was not hard.
Just kind of feeling at home again in my own skin, and I've lost 30 pounds.
I've already noticed a difference in my appearance.
Way increased energy, and I feel comfortable in my skin for the first time in my life.
Now wearing smaller size shirts than I was a year ago, but buckle my belt loop one notch smaller.
I have lost probably about 30 pounds since my first call.
I lost 30 pounds in September.
My clothes are getting too big. I've lost about 20 pounds in 60 days.
I feel a lot more confident in who I am. I lost 15 pounds, which was great.
I've consistently stayed down 45 pounds.
The 8th week, right? So I've only been on the program for 8 weeks, and I am down 27 pounds. And it just kind of fell off. It was effort, don't get me wrong. I worked my butt off, but at the same time, it doesn't feel hard.
In every experience in my life, I don't know that I've maintained anything for 2 months after a program.
I think as moms, we don't give ourselves enough credit because we're so busy pouring into our kids and making sure that their futures are bright, and we're so depleted.
When we're feeling good, everybody else is feeling good around us. And I felt myself yelling less.
The only person that we have the power to change is ourselves, but that change affects everybody.
It's way bigger than just weight loss.
I'm so much more present with my kids and my husband.
It's spreading, and it's not just affecting me, it's affecting the people I love, the people that I surround myself with in a positive way.
My husband and I were talking the other day, and he's like, you're smiling, you're laughing, you're sleeping at night, we're joking. I have more energy to run around with my son.
My marriage was good, and it's great now. My kids, they were good, but I have so much more fun with them now than I did before because I changed me, and I'm happier.
It's like I look for those opportunities to be completely with them.
I just learned how to find me again, and my kids see it.
My husband was like, I don't care if you lose a pound. He actually met with somebody beforehand, and he asked them, he's like, will this program be successful if my wife doesn't lose any weight? And she looked at him, she goes, absolutely, it could be successful. And he goes, that's all I wanted to hear.
But they're also watching me now. They see it.
I mean, he's only 8 years old. He's playing baseball now. He's like, I want to get stronger. I want to get stronger. I want to be like mommy and daddy. He's like, what do I do? So he comes over and he tries to lift the tiny weight. They're just feeding off of it now. They help me and we help them.
I've had 2 of my kids, they're like, you just look happier, Mom. Are you happy? And I'm like, I am, and thank you.
I am so glad that I did this. My husband is still thrilled, and I will say he's the one who's probably the harder sell, but just a few weeks in, and he was like, this is the best thing you've ever done.
Communication between us that has improved is incredible.
My husband was like, that program has helped you so much. It is not even a question. They're going to help you get through this. Just stay with it.
My husband and I see a therapist together, and we met with her yesterday, and we hadn't met in 6 weeks, and we kind of struggled to find anything to talk about. Life just doesn't feel so heavy.
It's unimaginable, the mind shift that I've gone through, the the clarity that I have now.
I feel a lot more confident in who I am.
There's no other way to describe it but life-changing.
The biggest thing for me was the mindset.
To see the things that I have done and the progress that I have made from a mental standpoint is just astronomical.
Learning how to reframe my past and kind of accept this is who I am, and it's freeing. It's amazing.
The mental work, like that to me was so different than anything else that I'd ever done.
I'm like more open. Like I think about things differently now. Like I think about different behaviors.
Bout of depression previously as a younger person, and so it was sort of back in that space. The mindset portion of it really stuck with me. And
just the mindset coaching that just really cleared out a lot of the inner battles that I had in my head that nobody ever wants to hear, because a lot of times people talk the hardest and the worst to themselves.
Mentally, I think, is where I'm seeing my biggest hurdles being accomplished. I'm not worrying as much.
I don't need food as a crutch. I need it as fuel. And this whole program kind of taught me that.
You know, what you're doing, you're kind of taking care of your body, but it's also taking care of your mind and taking care of everything else. And it spills over into everything.
The work, all the life coaching and the mental work that went into it too, learning how to plan and knowing that if you write down what you're going to do tomorrow and your goals for the day, you're going to get that done.
It's not a thing that you're on, it's that you're learning tools to help you make better decisions, to help you plan, to help you like be the real you.
so I had my call with Holly. We talked, I think, for 2 hours instead of an hour. Really incredible. She was really encouraging, even though I felt like I had kind of lofty goals for myself. She was like, we can do this. We can do this in 16 weeks. It's been incredible.
But the mindset part was a surprise to me, like how much it worked, because one of my reactions to a frustrating situation, my husband said, this just happened. Someone else's reaction was this. And I was just like, yeah, okay, all right. And he was like, whoa, that was such a different response than normal.
Now, instead of that like nagging voice, I get the cheerleader voice. It's like, all right, you got your flame retardant suit on and you can do this and control what you can control, and let's do it.
And I feel good about myself. I know you see me smiling. I'm smiling because I'm happy about me. I'm proud of who I am and what I'm doing, and I'm only halfway there.
I'm a teacher, so let's keep that in mind, and I'm a single mom. I am 100% invested in this investment because it's for me.
If you're on the fence, please do it. I can't even tell you. It's a life changer.
I was one of those people that was on the fence. So I would say go for it.
It's a no-brainer.
It's just totally worth every penny plus some.
What is holding you back? Why are you not investing in yourself so that you can be the best version of yourself for you, for your family, for your kids, for your community, whatever it is?
Take a chance on yourself. It's for you. Your family will 100% benefit from it.
If you are ready for a life change that you can maintain and not just a quick fix, then this is where you'd want to be.
It's been the best work I've put into myself. It's probably the first real work I've put into myself because it's in here too, not just, all this.
It is tailored to you. This program is tailored to me personally. You guys write this stuff for me. My workouts, my program, how fast I'm moving at things. I'm moving faster in some areas than others.
It's an investment in yourself, which you need to then invest in others.
Jump in and don't even think anymore. Just do it, because there's a reason you reached out now. Just do it because it's worth it.
Time's gonna pass anyway. Go do it.
Do something for yourself. Tell your husband you're gonna let me do this. Tell your partner you're going at it. And if you're a single mom, tell your kids, guess what we're gonna do for the next so much time.
If you're on the fence, you need to fall off on this side of the fence. Don't hurt yourself, but it's so worth it. So worth it.
Do you want to get off the fence? Here's a ladder. Help yourself out.
It's scary at first, but it's worth it. And your coach and you and Jenna and everybody is there for you the whole time. You're never alone. You always have support, and it's real. It works. Don't be afraid to put yourself first.
Invest in yourself and give yourself the freedom to do that.
I have not had one bad experience in these 10 weeks that I've had. Not one.
I can tell you 100, a million, whatever percent that it's worth it. It's 100% worth it.
Pay the money
change your life, and you'll have a lifetime of being able to be who you want to be.
Once you've committed to doing it and learning how to eat better and learning how to be healthier, the rewards are just beyond what you can imagine.
It's well worth the investment because we don't, as moms especially, we don't dedicate time to ourselves. I would recommend this program to anybody who felt like me, that just, and I wasn't a broken person. There was something missing.
I would say if you are ready for a life change that you can maintain and not just a quick fix, then this is where you'd want to be.
I would tell someone that's on the fence not to hesitate, because they won't regret it. They won't look back and think, why did I do this? They'll look back and say, why didn't I do this sooner?
If you wait, you're going to look back and be like, oh man, I would have been here if I had said yes, say 6 weeks ago or whatever it is. It's worth it, and you're worth it. I'm worth it. You won't know unless you try.
What if you're able to get everything you wanted as far as to feel the way you want to feel?
This has just been something that I can say I've been extremely happy with choosing. Kind of say, well, if it's not now, then I'm going to do it whenever this happens. And I'd say go for it, because nothing's going to change and get you there faster than taking action and getting some help.
Get your butt off the fence. Move it. It's time to invest in yourself. Totally worth the investment in you. So I do it again 1,000,000 times over.
I feel amazing.
Doing things I never thought I'd be able to do.
Completely different than I was 5 months ago.
There's not been a day that goes by that I don't appreciate everything that Strong Mom has done for me, mentally, physically. You're going to be happier. You're going to be, you're going to look better. You're going to be prouder. You're going to feel good.
It certainly is the most supportive group I've ever been a part of.
I don't call the people on the box. There's a personal connection.
Such a collection of diverse women. The goal is to get up in the morning and kick ass and be awesome and be the best person that we can be.
You're always a message away from somebody who wants to support you. You're always going to be here for you. The program works. It's the one that I was looking for.
Even though you guys are in Ohio, I'm either in Michigan or Arizona, but we're still together. The support has been just in that way amazing.
I feel better. This is totally a real group, totally some really badass moms out there who show you that you are absolutely normal for feeling all the funky, weird, smelly, wonderful things you feel all the time. And I think when you're around a bunch of women like that it just helps encourage you. And it's totally somewhere that I am refinding myself, internally, and I feel strong. I'm starting to see the woman I feel like I am.
That's what Strong Mom has done for me, is really got me back on track and pushed me to look at myself in a different way, attack issues that I have, whether it be at work, home, or but in my own head. You've given me things that I can use on my own.
Constantly filling your cup, and I still have all those tools. I'm still utilizing them.
It's just not the fitness. It's just not the eating. There's so many other aspects, but yet you're not bombarded with everything. It works.
It is so much more than getting your body back. It is so much more than learning how to eat and working out again. It gives you your whole self back, and it just gives you an opportunity to shine as a person, not just as a mom.
That's where you start. You start with okay, I'm here, I'm gonna lose weight, I'm gonna get my life together. And then, yes, all that happens, but the things that you learn along the way about yourself and what you're capable of, and it's almost, to me, reminding you as a mom what you're actually capable of for yourself, so that you can be that for your family. What ends up leading you to, oh, by the way, I lost this weight.
When I went to the dressing room, everything I brought in was too big. I was like, I don't even understand what's happening. That was my biggest win, because I could feel my confidence along with knowing that I was fit.
I now know how to eat. I know what to eat. I know how to talk to myself. I know how to work out.
I have been the happiest since halfway through the program is when I shift.
You guys are always checking in. You're always asking, does this work? How can we do this? And not doing that, oh, just push through it. No, you can do this. You're like, how can we make you be successful and not feel defeated before you even start?
it's working.
You guys made it easy and flexible. You were just so welcoming and attentive that I just felt like this makes sense. Like I have to do it.